His Sunday feast class is going to present by His Grace Ram Tirtha Prabhu. Everybody knows Ram Tirtha Prabhu very well because we are very attentive while having prasadam. So Prabhu is leading the service of prasadam distribution and leading prasadam distribution team for many years, and he is very knowledgeable in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. He memorized many slokas, and Prabhu helps in fundraising for the temple construction and many more services. With that, we will welcome Prabhu by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Over to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees. Hare Krishna. I am not well versed like Prabhu said, but I'll take it that I know I'll aspire for it, but I'm not qualified to speak or practice. Many devotees, exalted devotees here. But for my own purification and for my own learning, I'll accept this to teach, not to teach, to teach myself. So, thank you for all coming, and then thank you for Satsar Prabhu and Jesubra Mataji and my Guru Maharaj, Rampal Maharaj, giving this opportunity to speak and then to have myself to learn and then educate, because for me 1 hour class is 1 month to me. It's because that much time. I'm not like a Kamal Nayana Prabhu. So, is it coming? Okay, subtracting. Okay. Okay, so Rohini. Okay. So Rohini Mataji is going to try the Jai Radha Madhava. No?
Hare Krishna devotees, I will try. This is my first time. If there are any mistakes, please forgive.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Ya Gopi Jana Vallabha Sadari. Ya Bihari Ya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajananandana. Yashodanandana Vrajajananandana. यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी माधवा कुंजा बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We'll do the prayers before we start it. You all can do together. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanandanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Neva Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeyam Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sri Ganasa Gunadanvitam Chatvajitam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deyam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha kalpatrubhasya krupa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so today we will discuss the Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 verse 9. So just repeat after me. Machita madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantan samam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So just three devotees, one from teens, one from Mataji's Prabhus. So, Machita Madgata Pranam Bodhayantaha Parasparam Katayantastamam Nityam Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayantastamam Nityam Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayantascha mam nityam Tushanti cha ramanti cha. So translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The thoughts of my purity, my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service and they derive sense gratification and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So before I picked this verse, I was thinking, what verse, because with my knowledge, what I can speak, because my knowledge is very limited. I can only speak very, few. So I was just, listening to the Rompad Maharaj's class, one of the just, was thinking and then opened up. And then there is a topic that came and then that lead me to have, in the last few years, what my realization, what I experienced is the devotees association. So if I share my realization, that is more realistic and then I can talk an hour. So that lead me that, okay, yes, I should pick the devotees association is the topic, and then I picked this verse. So to primarily talk about the devotees association and my realization to share. So this is exactly what the devotee does, as Prabhupada explained in the purport, that these are the activities of the devotee, pure devotee. So there are, Machita is like their chitta is their consciousness soul, always think about Machita, about the Lord, and Madgata Prana. Gata is a destination, right? Their life and soul, everything is destination to the Lord. So that's their, any activities that they do, they are about, to the Lord, think about the Lord. And then to do that, what they do is Bodhayantas Parasparam. They discuss among themselves, the devotees, between them. They discuss and they share. What do they discuss and share? Katayantasta mam nityam. They don't discuss any material. They don't discuss about any other thing. All they discuss is about Krishna. Krishna's activities, Krishna pastimes. Katayantasta mam. And they discuss always nityam, mam nityam. And when they discuss about the Lord, what will happen? Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. It will be, they will be enjoying, and then they will have a bliss. Kamalan Prabhu one time gave amazing class, about Raja Vidya, Raja Guyam. Is at the end, it says that, you should do it, how you should do it. Raja Vidya, Raja Guyam, Pavitra Mudivatam, Pratyakshagamamavyam, Susukam Kartamavyam, right? Should do it joyfully. So that's what, they do it. So here, this was more emphasized on devotees association. Without a devotees association, one cannot progress in the bhakti. In fact, I'm sure everyone here that came here is very beginning, they had somewhere or another a association of a devotee. That's the only way, the path that lead to you to come and then practice Krishna consciousness. So that is the power of the association. So our Guru gives the seed, because it's in our heart, it is in a dormant, but he sowed the seed of the bhakti. But that seed to sprout and then to grow and into bhakti lata bija, right? To grow is, we have to constantly work on, just like a plant needs to is watering, and then need to have a fertile land. And our is same, our heart has to be fertile, it has to be purified, and it has to constantly water. And then that watering is through Sravanam Kirtanam. And then to do the Sravanam Kirtan is with the association of the devotees, hearing from the devotees. And then though Prabhupada is not here with us, but he is there with us every minute, every second in the books. It is association that we are having it. I don't think, any devotee that has, without a second thinking about the Prabhupada, because he has passed away 40 years ago, but he's not passed away. He's there in his books. He said, even his words, that is, he spoke. His voice is with us by the books. So that is the association of the impact of the association. So without association, it is very difficult to make progress in the bhakti. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that the devotees are like a pure conductors who can pass the current from one devotee to the another, right? So that is the power of the association is. So even one of the ISKCON principle is seven purpose is to have the association and then to practice the bhakti. Is without association, it is it's very difficult. So that's why we always have association, and the devotees are like we discussed very beginning prayers, vancha kalpatrubhasya, right? They are full of compassion, and then they can fulfill any desires. So without devotees' mercy, we cannot progress in the bhakti. So and how we cannot even approach the Lord directly. The only way is through the devotees. So even like an example, like in a few months back, we had Kartik was like Narada Muni association sometimes with Manigriva Nalavera. It was a moment he came and then saw them, they were intoxicated, and they were with all the women. Narada Muni saw it, that moment association with looking at them, he gave a curse, but it's not actually curse. They got an opportunity to be in the backyard courtyard of Krishna, and Krishna played with them for 3 to 3 years in their trees. What is that? Not mercy, is it a curse? It is the mercy. It's by the greatness of the Narada Muni. And Krishna has nothing to do in this whole, but he has to fulfill because Narada Muni gave them that kind of mercy. It is so even when they are doing so much sinful, Narada Muni out of compassion is okay, they need to be purified, and then they made them elevated to the back quarter of 100 years, and then they pray. So that's kind of mercy the devotees can give that. So one time in the Padma Purana, Parvati Devi, I believe, asked Shiva, what is the best in the devotion? So then he said that Aradhana Sarveshu Vishnu Aradhana Param. Tasmat Parataram De Tadiyamanam Samarchanam. He said, out of all of doing a worshipping, Vishnu Aradhana Param, supreme. Prabhupada uses always wherever the Param means is a supreme. Is a supreme is doing worship to the Vishnu. Out of even Vishnu, worshipping to his devotees is even more supreme than him. So that much is the devotees association. So devotees association can take you out. We have heard that in the material science of ocean is the devotees association can cross over. So I was looking into this one, and then I came across one beautiful verse. I believe that's behind this is in the Ayla Gita. First time I heard that is King Pururva. Pururva. So there is a beautiful chapter on the association, what we should not associate, and then what kind of devotee we should associate. And then he has quoted this verse in Nimajjayo Namajatam Nimajjayo namajatam gore bhavabdiya paramayanam. And then Santo Brahma Vidavasanta Nora Drapesu Majatam. So the verse this more attracted, this one is to me is Nimajjayo namajatam. We are drowning and coming back. Nimajjayo namajatam gore, very horribly. Where we are coming is Bhavabdi, in this material science, Bhavabdi. Nimajjayo namajatam gore bhavabdiya. Paramayanam. There is again supreme shelter. Who is the supreme shelter? Santo Brahma Vidavasana. Santo is a sadhu. Santo Brahma Vidavasana, who is very knowledgeable and very peaceful. Santo. If you take a shelter of them, Nora Dradapsu Majatam. Nora means is a boat, just like boat crossing this material ocean, Dradapsu Majatam. So they can make it cross the material science. So he also quoted the next to, in that same line, quoted one more line that the devotees have the divine eyes. Santo Vidu Chaksasha is the divine eyes. Had it been Bhakti, the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur doesn't have that divine eyes and picked up one out of many, okay, you are going west and we wouldn't have been sitting here. Right? That divine eyes. So I was like meditating on that, it's like, easy. I mean, I asked a few times also question, does he know the future? He is, Siddhanti, how would he know? Very specific one. Because they have built, like, in Brahma Samhita, right? Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochana, Santa Sadaya Udayeshi Viloka, Yam Sama Sundara Chinta Guna Swarupam, Undamadi Purushandam. To see the God, they need to have built, we need to have this from the material eyes to the divine eyes. When they have seen the God, I mean, they can see everyone. They can have, conversation with that Paramatma in the ears. So that is what the pure devotees has. They have the vision, the eyes, that they can liberate them, and then they can, guide them from this material. So that's why in one of the verse in Bhagavatam is Tulyaman Lavanepi Naswargam Napunar Bhavan Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya Mrityanam Kimudasita. When you compare Tulyaman Lavanepi is 1/11th second. So when you compare with Naswargam Napunar Bhavan, they don't want any into the heaven, or they don't want to merge. When they compare the Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya, so where a devotee wants to associate with have a devotee association, for them even a moment is enough. Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya. So that much, so is important in the association of devotee. So the famous verse that we all know, Sadhu Sangha Sarva Sasa Koi, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. So that's one moment of association with devotee is for us not a 1 month, even for me 10 years is not, but that spark, Lavamatra is that spark is an association enough to start connecting it. So last 1 week we had so much blissful with 2 pure devotees coming and giving class. Weekdays we came. That association, that we'll take it that it will be there in our hearts, that connection, and then that will give us more enthusiasm, more interest, right, to connect. So that is the importance of the devotees association. So that's why even alphabets we say A, B, C, D, even A, B, C, D of in devotion is start with association. A for association, and then you can do the books, chanting, and then deity worship, but the first is association. So that will start the actual class of the association, which is Sadhu Sangastaka. Is the 8 verses that Kapila Muni spoke with Karda Muni when when Karda Muni left to the forest, and then Devavati was asking questions, multiple questions, and then he is explaining about Sankhya Shastra, she's explaining about the material. She is entangled into the material, and then she's asking how to get over. And then part of the devotion service, practice, as Kapila Muni explained, Sadhu Sangastaka, which is in the chapter 3rd canto, 25, from 20 to 27. So we'll review that. These are very beautiful, very practical explaining of what is Sadhu Sangastaka, what Sadhu Sangha, and then who is the sadhu, what is his qualities, what does he do, what is the impact of having association with sadhu, is in beautiful 8 verses explained. So this will lead us to understand and how do we practice to be a sadhu, what qualities we should be working on it, but what kind of devotees we should associate. Even if all the devotees may not have all these qualities, but having know that they are working on it is also is a good. Like if after this class you may not be able to associate me, I won't have those qualities, but I'm working on it. Okay, so we should be able to know the qualities of the sadhu. Right? Okay, so. This is the first verse. Prasangam ajaram pasham atmano kavidu saheva sadrusu kruto moksha dwaram apavratam. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, open the door for liberation. So, here, Kapila Muni, very beginning, is explaining why we should have an association with the devotee. Because he's saying, Prasangam ajaram pasham. Prasangam is association, is pasham, entanglement, strong entanglement, ajaram. He's saying that having an association is material association is entanglement. Atmano kavya vidu. That Atman is the soul, kavya, who has a learned person, who has gained the knowledge, Atmano kavidu. Saeva sadhusu kruta, sadhu. But if he gets detached from that material, instead of divert that attachment to the sadhu, moksha dwaram apavratam, they will be able to get liberation. So all he's saying is the diversion. See, we are in this material world having this contaminated, having these modes, always our senses or to the sense objects is getting attached. It's very difficult to divert from the senses of that object, because they are more very attractive. Because even if you want to stop it, maybe you'll be able to stop a minute, a day or 2 days. The more you stop it, it'll come back double, triple. Like, sometimes when I stop the phone and then come back, and then hours will be doing it. So it will be come back. But that same attachment, if you divert it, you won't have a focus on it. You won't be thinking, you will be more into the thinking about the Lord and then associate with them. You divert it. To divert that, you will be doing some activities. Instead of doing that material attachment, you do the activities that will lead to the to offer to the Lord. But to do that, you need to not just okay, I need to divert from one activity, you go to other, but that has to be in conjunction with the devotion. It should be progression, not against the devotion. Again, that means again you will be going in the material. So, but if you are into the attachment and stuff to that material, instead of that, to a devotee, a sadhu, who is knowledgeable, who can guide you in that direction, then that will be like, you won't have time to think, or you are fully engaged in this. And then that leads to the moksha dwara. Oftentimes we see people, some who don't have kids, they have dogs, pets, because they naturally they want to have the love, right? So they do that. That's kind of thing. Normally in the material, they divert it to one form to the another. So same thing is we should to from the material into the devotions, is having association with the sadhus is moksha dwaram. There is a verse in Bhagavad Gita exactly in the same, but in the context of the reverse. Trividam narkasya dwaram atmanam nashvana kama krodha ta lobha. Right? So if you are this kama krodha lobha, these are all the three gates, and these are to the hell. These doors are open to the hell. And this was saying that close that door. When you close that door, but at the same time you need to open the door to the association of sadhus. Otherwise you will not be able to handle it, because one way or other that door has more power and then will break, and then you will be late. So close that door, open this door, then the pressure on that door will be less, and then you slowly will be diverted and attracted to that. So that's this verse is talking about that. And then we also in Bhagavad Gita there is a verse on the attachment, association. Dayato vishyam punsa sanga tejo pajayato sanga sanjayate kama krodho vijayate. There he's talking about association. That association is sanga sanjayate kama. He will get desire, same applicable to even to this sanga sanjayate kama. When you have association of the good devotees, you will have a kama, but that kama is to have a devotion service. That is a good kama. So all you have to do is have association with a sadhu. Then you will be in the path of liberation, moksha dwaram apavratam. So the next verse is discuss about who is the sadhu. Okay, you have association, we need to have association with sadhu to have the liberation, but who is the sadhu? What is his qualities? Right? So Tatikshaha karunikaha suru sarvadehanam santava sattva bhutaham santava sattva bhutah suru sarvadehinam ajata kshetrava shantaha sadva sadhu bhushanaha. So these are the 6 qualities they're talking about who is the sadhu. There are many qualities to be a pure devotee, right? Beautiful in the chapter 12, from the verse 12 to 20, have described so many qualities of devotee. But to be a pure sadhu is Kapila Muni is picked topmost qualities that are to become a sadhu, who is going to be in the association, in terms of perspective of association. So the very first one he picks is, after all, is tatikshava. Tatikshava is tolerate. Because when you are in association, there's so many different kind of people. You need to be able to tolerate. Your tolerance should be very high. Imagine such over 100 people, 100 different ideas, all coming and going, maintaining a temple. Not everything goes smooth every day, right? It has to be able to tolerate. Otherwise everybody will have free will, right? That free will is, oh no, I don't want to come here. It's very rude, Satsara Prabhu. No, doesn't mean that tolerate means is take everything granted, tolerate is, when I started, picking this itself is, I think, maybe a depth is like, when I looked at it, I said, okay, that's not my level of depth. Is Tatiksha is what I understood very fundamentally is accepting that problem. If you are not accepting that that is a problem, you are in the denial mode that, okay, this problem is not to me. That problem is already happened and then you already into that, you got it. But the very first fundamental principle is just accept it. That will set our mind. When the problem comes, the problem is not the big problem. The mind is going to be a big problem. That is what that agitates and makes it worse. It's very easy to solve. When your mind is not agitated, probably it's very easy to solve the problem. So the very basic, what I learned from it is that, accept it, the problem, that yes, I got this problem, I know it's going to be there, so it's there. The moment when you accept it, it makes it easier to come to reality and to be able to think and then solve the problem. Right? So, and then anything that the accepting the problem is not only just Tatiksha is in the verse in the second chapter, right? Matrasu sarspeshu kaunteya sitosha sukha dukkadeva agama apayanita tam tiksha bharata. Think about that this is a temporary. There is always, just like cycle of weather, there is always going to be a happiness. So when the distress comes, there is an happiness. So it's a temporary. So accept that problem and then think about that this is a temporary. So in that mode, accept the tolerance. But at the same time, in the second verse, the second chapter verse, it says, even you should tolerate the happiness also. Also, why should you need to tolerate the happiness? When you are like, okay, happiness for us is, okay, yes, I did it, everything is good, I'm great. Right? If something has happened, then Krishna, okay, why me? Why I got this? I shouldn't get this, right? But when I got it, okay, I did it, okay, yes, I deserve it. Should be happiness. Like one analogy they gave is when you go higher and higher, and then anything you drop, the impact is more. Same thing in the happiness. You think about same thing. When you have a problem, you always get, temporary. Happiness also temporary. But that happiness from there you fall down is be more impact. So you should tolerate that also. The dualities, tatiksha for, happiness. You should tolerate both happiness. And I got one very good analogy in the spiritual, when you have in the spiritual consciousness, happiness is actually is not a true happiness. It's a sad, or you're distressed more. But when you are in distress, this is a true happiness. That's in the spiritual concept. It is very interesting. So what is happiness means that means something pious thing happened to you. Your karma is getting depleted. Your karma is getting depleted, and then you will be like, ours is always bank balance has to be high. Means that's going down. And when you are in distress or something happened, that means they are more happy spiritually because it gives opportunity to be with the Lord, to think about the Lord more. So in the spiritual context, it is completely the reverse. What is a true happiness and what is a true distress is. Okay, so that is the tolerance, right? And then in Srila Rupa Goswami Nectar of Instructions, he said what we should tolerate, the 6 things should be tolerated. Vacho vegam, manaso krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udaropastha vegam. Those we should watch is we should talk, mind, anger, and then what is the other 3? Or jiva, or tongue, and then udarastha is or stomach and genitals. All those 6 we should tolerate it. So I don't think I have any of those. But if we tolerate those, and then it is not, tolerate is not like, okay, yes, I shall bear that, but tolerate has the mindset has to be that, accept it and then take it that, yes, I got it, this is something Krishna gave me. And then I'm sure there is, way to solve the problem. And Radhakaraman Prabhu very beautifully said, Krishna will never put you in a trouble that is more than your capacity. Accept, think about that when it is in the tolerate mode. Think that, okay, yes, if the Krishna put me in this, means definitely he knows that I can handle it. So that is, the tolerate. And karunika, which is to be compassion. To be because they have to be compassion, because when you're associating it, people, meat eating people come, people who atheists will come, all those different people, but you should be able to be, talk to them in that low level to them, and then you have to be that, okay, they are the part and parcel of Krishna. You have to be compassionate to them. So, and like Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Vasini Sunichaya Vacha Pakesha, right? Pandita Samadarshana. That is the second quality that she should be, to see them as the, soul, they have the soul, right? So we should be able to see them, as part and parcel, not by their capacity, but by, as a part and parcel, so that they are our soul. And the next is Surud. Surud is a friend. What is a friend? It is topmost friend. Surud is in the friends is, Sakha, Priya Sakha, Priya Narma Sakha, Surud. So that Surud is elder, and then is a well-wisher, caring person. And then that's the association when a sadhu is also caring of all their devotees, is taking care of it. Surut. And next, Santaha has to be very peaceful, very calm, not that Kama Krodha is like, if you have that, then you'll not be able to associate, because when the moment you have anger, then our thinking will be blocked. So you should have, that another one is Santaha. And then the next one is Sadhva. The devotee has to abide to the scriptures. They should follow the scriptures. So it should be always follow it. It's not concocted their own way, right? So it should be. And then these are all the Sadhu Bhushana. So these are the qualities that you should look for in the sadhu. That means if you want to be a sadhu, we should aspire for these qualities to be able to have an association with the devotees. Okay, so we know why we should have an association with devotee, to detach from material and to attach it. And then what kind of a sadhu we should have association is this, who has these 6 qualities. And what does actually sadhu does? What is a sadhu does actually? Is in the next verse. Mayananya bhavena bhaktim kurvati ye dridam matkate tvakta karmana tvakta svajana bandhava. Mayananya bhavena. They do not have anything other than doing a devotion. Mayananya bhavena bhaktim kurvati ye dridam. They always engage in the devotion service. Dridam. It's like, Prabhupada is staunch. Meaning, they do not have anything. They always engage in the bhaktim kurvati ye dridam. And then matkrate tvakta karmanas. When doing the devotion service, their own personal activities, they renounce it. Tvakta karmanas. Tvakta is to renounce. they completely disengage from their activities, material activities, because they completely engage in the devotion. And Tvakta Swajana Bandhava, even their family also, Swajana Bandhava, Tvakta Swajana Bandhava. So, the words pure devotion service say, Anyabhilasha Shunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, Anukulena Krishnanu Bhakti Ruttama. That is the pure devotion service. There is nothing else other than the devotion. So they always engage in the devotion service. And then when they engage it, they will Tvakta Karmanas. Sacha Prabhu is CEO. He is busy more than, but when it comes to the classes and devotion service to this association, he puts everything aside. I come for hour and rush back because act like a CEO and then go back. But he stays from the beginning class to ending. That's a reality. I'm not telling as joke anything. That's exactly because I come here and then rush back 2 o'clock. 11:30. He comes at 10, he goes at 4 o'clock. I'm sure, if when I'm doing a single person work and then he's a CEO, I know how much he has, how much I have. But he stays there. When it comes to association, that is the importance he gives. Tvakta Swajana, Tvakta Karmanas. They disengage, renounce it. It's not that they give up, but make the priority. They too, sadhu is another, right? He's not like, he's renouncing everything and then going into the forest and doing it. A sadhu is who is doing his normal chores, but their priority is devotion service and then having association devotees and spread to the Krishna consciousness. So, and then Tvakta Swajana Bandhava, their own family. Mataji's mother is passed away, and then second day, Janmashtami celebrations is here. Jasubhadra Mataji. If something has happened, I think a month or 2 months I won't show up. Not that they are not us, they're not, attached to it or not have love, but they do. But they take the priority, they do the work, and at the same time they also take the priority. Our Bhakti Shastri class on Saturdays was very hardly we missed, in spite of she's serving her mother for several months. We always have a class. I miss the classes several, but she never missed, she never takes it. That's exactly what this, when I had this one, that is what my realization is. Tvakta Swajana Bandhava is exactly, Kapil Muni wrote in the thousands of years back. That is the what, is exactly what is mentioned in scriptures. So, the devotee association have sadhus, they disengage from their material and then they give Tvakta Swajana Bandhava, even from the material association of the family. They will disengage when it comes to the it doesn't mean that they give up and then they don't make that, as the least priority. They also give the same, but when it comes to the devotees association, their ultimate goal is to have the devotees association. They make the priorities, the work. So that is what is a devotee does. They always engage Mayananya Bhavena, their mind, consciousness, everything in the devotion. By renouncing their personal activities, they are renouncing by even their family. So that is what sadhu does. Next verse. Madashayakata mrasta sravanti katayanti cha tapanchi vividha tapa naitim madkata chetasaha. Madashaya, they take the, about the Lord, kata mrasta. They always engage in the devotion service and hearing about the Lord. Sravanti katayanti cha. They talk about, hearing. So they engage. And when they are in that, Tapanchi vividha tapa. All these miseries, tapanchi vividha tapa naitim. They do not have any miseries. Because they are always engaged in the Krishna Katha. seventh. And then if they do not have any miseries, why did Kapila Muni very beginning said Tatiksha Ka? Why should they tolerate? If they don't have, if you come into the devotion service, you don't have any miseries, you don't need to tolerate. Why did he said you should have it Tatiksha? Why? Why did Kapila Muni said that, but here he's saying that they don't have any miseries? Everything is rosy, rosy to the devotee, pure devotee. Anyone has any realization?
No, because they see Krishna's presence in everything which is happening in their life and see that Krishna's will in that.
Okay. Any other devotees?
Because they see Krishna in everyone,
Hmm.
so they just tolerate.
Yeah.
The satisfaction of Krishna, they tolerate.
Satisfaction. Okay. Hmm? The question is, why did Kapila Muni in the very beginning said Tatiksha or tolerate, but here he's saying that they don't have any miseries, means everything is very rosy, rosy for the devotee. Tapanchi vivida tapa naitim, there is no miseries. But he is saying that, very beginning he said, okay, you must tolerate. That means they will have a problem. But here he's saying there won't be a problem. They will be.
Because they see that problem also comes from Krishna, so they take it as it's a messy.
Yes. So, what it is, it's not like they don't have a miseries. They do have miseries. But they don't take it as a miseries. They are the stepping stones. They are opportunities. Their mindset is their opportunities to go to the Lord. Okay? Right? So, yes, that if I am in the misery means yes, Krishna wants me to do this, wants me to go through it. He's given me opportunity, let me work on it. In that context, they don't take that as a misery. Right? Vipada santata sasat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavata darshana tasyat apunar bhavana darshana. Who's it? Queen Kunti said, give me these calamities over and over. If I get those calamities, then when I see you, I won't have a apunar bhavana, I won't have a next life. She said that, but to hearing itself is for me is heart attack, but so I am not expecting it, but at least. But when the problem comes, that's what, handle it, accept it, take it that this is Krishna's mercy, I should. But I don't know, in my life, every time, every moment, anytime I get any kind of thing that is unhappiness, it makes it more to think about a lot. It makes me think more about, let me read a verse today to distract myself from other. Let me understand it, or let me memorize it. What verse I can memorize it, so that I can get a courage to solve that distress. So imagine, the more moments you have, that more opportunities to. Sometimes I feel guilty, like why I'm not doing myself. When I'm really not in the distress, I think about it. But on the other side, I think that, okay, that's maybe an opportunity for me at least to do it. And then when hopefully one day even when I'm happy, okay, I'll start reading it. Right? So, that is the tapanch vivita tapa naitim madgata chetasaha. Because they do not take it, because madgata chetasa, their destination is to the Lord. That is the ultimate path of us. These verses are like, when I connected one verse and then started reading it, and was very practical, and then I can connect my personal realization with association of devotees, how they do it. So then I thought, okay, this is, it's very easy for me to explain, because for me to pick a topic is difficult. So then next is taye sadva sadvi sarva sangha vivarjitaha sangate shatate partyaha sangha dosha harirate. So he is explaining to the devotee sadva sadhi taye These are the sadhus we should, sadhva sadhvi, sadhvi. This sadhvi is a devotee. Sangha, sarva sangha vivarjita. They renunciate everything. And then we should associate with those devotees. Sarva sangha, sangha dosha harite. It's like, a thorn can be removed by thorn, right? That's the only way, you can have by association only you can be, remove this material entanglement. So, the next 3 verses is the verses, what is the impact of having an association with a pure devotee? What we get. So far we understood that why we should do it, what does he do it, but what is that we get having association with that kind of sadhus is the verse. So this is the verse that I was read and then connected me to all. Because sometimes we go to core, right? The core is the one that take it cream and then treat us. So this next 3 verses is the benefit of having an association. So, Satam prasango mama virya sammido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kata tajjo sadana swapavarga vartaman shraddharatir bhakti anukramisyati. He is the association, Satam here. Kapila Muni is saying Satam is a devotee, is Sat, is eternal. Devotee is eternal. This world is Asat, but devotee is eternal. Satam prasanga. Prasangam ajaram pasham, but Satam here have the same association with the devotee. Satam prasango. And what they do? Mama virya samvido. Means they talk about the activities of the Lord. Satam prasango mama virya samvido. And bhavanti hrutkarna rasayana katha. What will they do having their association and talking about the activities? Their heart gets melted. It gets nourished. Rasayana is like nectar, right? Bhavanti hrutkarna rasayana katha. When they are in the mood, hearing about the Lord and then talking about the activities about the Lord, tajjo sadanasva apavarga vartamani. Immediately they are in the path of liberation. Tajjo sadanapa apavarga vartamani. And when they are in the path of liberation, what they do? Sadva shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramisyati. Shraddha is faith. Ratir is attachment. Bhakti is love. So they will be in the path of devotion. When they are engaged in the devotees association and we are hearing about Lord, so even we Srinutam Hare Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtana Udayante Su Abhadrani Vidunoti Susatam. Vidunoti, it will cleanse when you go this medicine oral reception, it goes into the ears. Vidunoti Susatam. That's the power of hearing, right? And when you really hear from the pure devotee, you will be having Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukramisyati. Shraddha, the 8 steps is this: Shraddha, Bhajana Kriya, right? What is that? Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivruti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, and Bhava, Prema. So that is the stage. And then here he is saying that Shraddha, Ratir, Anukramisyati. So that is the power of hearing. Even in the Brahma prayers, he's the words his verse is Jnanena prayasya mudapasya namanti eva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadiya vartam stane sthiti sruti gatam tanvan manobir e prayasojita jitapaisitai strilokam. So Brahma is saying that his Lord is Ajita. Jita Pais, A Praiso Jita. His Lord is unconquerable, A Praiso. But that unconquerable Lord can be conquered by hearing it. E prayaso jita, jita paisi. Ajita, jita. Ajita, jita. Unconquerable become conquerable is only by hearing. But what kind of hearing also you should do also he explained in this verse. Right? What he's saying? Sthane sthiti sruti gatam tanvan manobir. With our body, mind, words. We should engage. And then when we are engaged in with our body, mind, words, and then hear about Lord, then we will be able to conquer it. So that hearing from the pure devotee, from not a pure devotee, leads you to the liberation and in the path of Shraddha, Ratir, Bhaktir. So, and once you start hearing and your heart is purified, you are attached and then in the devotion, then what is the effect is in the next two verses. Yes. So, Bhaktya puman jata vairaga andriya drusta sritan madarachana nuchinta chittasya yato grahane yoga yukte etisyati rajabir yoga margai. So, Bhaktya puman, when they become the devotee, Bhaktya puman jata vairaga andriya, they will be able to vairaga, renunciate from the Indriyas. Bhakti, when they hear, when their heart gets cleansed, they will be able to hear, renunciate from their senses, jata indriya. And then when they are renounced it, they will be drishta srutan madarachananu chintaya. By seeing it, having association, hearing it. Prabhupada here uses drishta sritan, he uses seeing that devotee in this life, sritan hearing in the next life. Because that effect is not just for now. It started. It goes on to the next generation to the generation. So, I was wondering, Srutan is Shravanam, hearing, but he says very specifically, Srutan heard, and in the parenthesis he says, in the next world. So that, you can hear, even this path, it comes in your generation to generation. Mad Rachanan Chintaya. About the activities of the Lord. But they did not simply renunciate and hearing it. How they did? Chittasya yato grahane. Their consciousness is controlled. Chittasya yato grahane. Their mind is completely absorbed. They did not whimsically renunciate and then hearing it. They understood that. Because oftentimes, I renunciate many things. But out of the frustration. But that renunciation doesn't last, because when you have something and then you will get back. Or, by having, knowledge, sometimes you renunciate. But when you have a higher purpose, higher goal and higher taste, renunciating of these is going to be more powerful. So here, Kapila Muni is saying that you will be renunciated, they renunciate from their Indriyas, Jnana Vairaga Indriya, by Chittasya Yato Grahane, by their mind completely absorbed, focused on it. And when they absorb it, then they will be able to absorb it. That's where that Shraddha, Ratir, Bhaktir comes, is by having this renunciation, having this, understanding and conviction, strong conviction. And then the last verse is, are we still on time, Prabhu? Or I just have to rush? This? Okay. Asevayam prakriti gunena jnanena vairagra vijrumbitena yogena mayarpita cha bhakta mam pratyag atmanaya varunde. Asevayam, seva, right? Asevayam means no seva. Asevayam prakritir gunena. When our senses are closed, obviously the gunas, our modes are shut down. There is no service to the gods. Our gunas, mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, we don't have any service to them. Asevayam prakritir gunena gnana vairaga vijrumbitena. And then it will even accelerate. When the moment your senses are in the strike mode, and then when you are focused on it, and then obviously your gnana vairaga vijrumbitena. And then when that is in the peak vairagya of this material entanglement and material attachment, and then yogena mayarpita chabhakta, they will completely absorbed and then surrender to yogena mayarpita bhakta, to the Lord. When they are completely in that stage to the absurd to the Lord, Kapila Muni promises that you will be attained to me in this life. That is, Mam Pratyak Atmana Hiya Varunde. In this life, Iha Varunde. This very life, Iha, in this very life. Just having an association with the devotees leads to moksha dwaram apavratam is concluded in the last verse how you will be, here or in there, you will achieve that. So these are the 8 verses. Sorry if I take a long time. So having an association, impact of association, and then is very well this 8 verses is explained. So thank you for all giving this opportunity and then listening to me. Sorry if I made any mistake or anything that I made comments. That's my ignorance. So thank you all. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's a wonderful class. We can take one question, Prabhu, if anyone have. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next part of our program. Anyone have a question or comment? Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. That's a wonderful class. And always, Kapil Dev prayers are wonderful. Even it is first time when I am reading, this is awestruck prayers. And whatever teachings he is giving to his mother, Devahuti. So it's a wonderful explanation. And we are moving on to the next part of program is Kirtan. Please rise. And today, Kirtan going to sing by Savior.
Namo विष्णुपदाय कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते स्वामिनेति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य वेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Haraya Namah Krishna Yadvaya Namah Yadvaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Hare Haraya Namah Krishna Yadvaya Namah Yadvaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Hare Haraya Namah Krishna Yadvaya Namah Yadvaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Hare Haraya Namah Krishna Yadvaya Namah Yadvaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana Giri Hari Gopinath Madana Mohana 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 Shri Krishna Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad Gita 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 Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Hare Haraya Namah Krishna Yadvaya Namah Haraya Namah Krishna Yadvaya Namah Yadvaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Yadvaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Haraya Namah Krishna Yadvaya Namah Haraya Namah Krishna Yadvaya यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय
डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद जय। अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, नवदीप धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई की, यमुना माई की, तुलसी देवी की, भक्ति देवी की, संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, बृहद मृदंग की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gaurang Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लाद लाद दायिने हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षः नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो यतो यतो यामि ततो 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 नरसिंहो पाहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो पाहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो बाहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो बाहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव कर कमल वरे तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे कर कमल अद्भुत श्रृंगारिका हिरण्यकशिपु हरिणीका केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल
स्वामी की जय, महाराज की जय, गुरुदेव की जय।
Thank you, Savior, for that wonderful Kirtan and Narsimha Arati. Thank you, Kirtan, for Mridanga and